Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 15th of July 2023. Let's start with our session. Who's the head of Reserve Bank of India's working group on internationalization of the rupee? So Reserve Bank has recently constituted a working group to accelerate the pace of internationalization of the rupee, which is headed by RBI Executive Director Mr. Radhashyam Rathore, and this working group has submitted its report recently and has recommended different type of measures like inclusion of the rupee in the special drawing right basket and recalibration of the foreign portfolio investor regime, etc. Okay, so the head of this working group is Mr. Radhashyam Rathore and it has been formed by Reserve Bank of India. Also don't forget that the 14th July is celebrated as the National Day in France country, and also for this year's celebration Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi was invited as the guest of honor in this parade in the country France. Okay, you can be asked that Bastille Day is the national day of which country? So answer would be France. The next question says, where was the Artificial Intelligence for Good Global Summit held? So International Telecommunication Union, which is an agency of the United Nations, has hosted the AI for Good Global Summit in Geneva, Switzerland from 4th to 7th of July. And during the event, a panel of robots and their creators were invited to attend a press conference to answer the questions from reporters on job automation, artificial intelligence, leadership, and collaboration with the humans, etc. Okay, so what was the venue for this meeting? Answer would be Geneva, Switzerland. The next question is, which department has planned to introduce compulsory quality control and safety standards for various household electrical appliances? So the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has planned to introduce compulsory quality control and safety standards for various household electrical appliances, and these targeted appliances are classified under 6 categories. Basically, this initiative aims to reduce the import of substandard products from the countries like China and also to promote domestic manufacturing. Okay, so recently this Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has planned to introduce compulsory quality control and different type of some other safety standards for different household electrical appliances. Now can you tell me what is LECMB, which is in news these days recently? Actually, US Food and Drug Administration has approved the LECMB, which is a medication that has been designed to treat Alzheimer's disease. Okay. However, this decision raises difficult issues concerning the safety and affordability of this drug. Simply, if you are asked that what is LECMB, so answer would be it is a medication for the Alzheimer's disease. Mount Fagradalsfjall is a volcano situated in which country? So this is a volcano that is situated in the country Iceland, and recently it has registered 2200 earthquakes. So this volcano is situated around 40 kilometers from Reykjavik, that lies in Iceland, and thousands of earthquakes in this region in recent weeks warned of geological activity. Okay, so that's why this volcano was in news these days and it lies in the country Iceland. Also, one more thing we forgot to discuss. Which band regiment is accompanying the Indian contingent to the French National Day Parade, which we discussed in the first question? So these are the Rajputana Rifles Regiment Band, which is accompanying the Indian contingent to the French National Day parade. And we have discussed that 14th of July is celebrated as the National Day in France. And this parade actually witnessed a 269-member tri-services contingent of Indian Armed Forces marching alongside their French counterparts. That's why it is important. Which institution released the state of the climate in Latin America and the Caribbean in 2022? So the state of climate in Latin America and the Caribbean in 2022 report has been issued by the World Meteorological Organization, and it highlights the increasing efforts of global warming and resulting climate change in this region. So over the past 3 decades, the region has experienced significant impacts, for example, average temperatures or altered rainfall patterns and a surge in extreme weather phenomena like heat waves, drought, wildfires, tropical cyclone, flood, landslide, etc. Also, as well as the melting of glaciers and the rising sea levels. Simply you have to remember that this is the report from the World Meteorological Organization and headquarters lies in Geneva, Switzerland. Headquarters of Food and Agriculture Organization lies in Rome, Italy, and the headquarters of UNEP lies in Nairobi, Kenya. Okay. Now apart from it, there is a place named as Kent where giant hand axes of prehistoric period were recently excavated. Can you tell me it lies in which particular country? So it lies in the country UK, and during excavations, one of the longest stone tools ever found in Britain was discovered alongside 800 other prehistoric artifacts that were preserved in the deep ice age sediments. And this stone tool was measuring 29.5 centimeters. And other notable findings are, for example, giant hand axes and a Roman cemetery, which dates to 250,000 years later than the ice age activity. Okay, you can be simply asked that Kent, where the giant hand axes of prehistoric period were recently excavated, lies in which country? So answer would be UK. Which institution has developed the Farmers Distress Index? So the Central Research Institute for Dry Land Agriculture in India has developed an early warning system which is known as the Farmers Distress Index so as to address the agricultural challenges. And this index aims to reduce the crop loss, income shocks and the farmer distress, and now it is about to complete and it will be now presented to the central government within the next few months. Okay, so this Farmers Distress Index has been developed by the Central Research Institute for Dryland Agriculture. Now can you tell me, Svalbard is a Norwegian archipelago which is located in which Indian Ocean? Basically, Arctic region is currently witnessing a newly discovered consequence of climate change as the groundwater springs, which are rich in methane, and it emerged due to the retreat of the glaciers that are caused by the global warming. And these groundwater springs in the Arctic's Norwegian archipelago of Svalbard have the potential to release more than 2,000 tons of methane each year. Okay, so that's why it was in news. Basically, Svalbard is a Norwegian archipelago that lies in the Arctic Ocean. Okay, which body released the report titled as Uncovering the Invisible: Successes and Challenges for Wildlife Crime Prosecution in Europe? So this report has been released by the LifeSwipe project, and it highlights that a significant number of wildlife crimes in Europe go unnoticed or unpunished, with nearly 60% of reported complaints not resulting in the indictments. So this study was conducted by the LifeSwipe project, which actually focuses on successful wildlife crime prosecution in Europe, and now it has revealed that suspended imprisonment was the most common form of the punishment issued. Okay, so this report was released by the Swipe project. Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary is situated in which state or the Union Territory? First of all, let's see why it was in news. So we know that authorities intend to relocate a number of African cheetahs from Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh, India, to the nearby Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary that is situated on the northern border of Mandsaur and Nimach district within the same state, that is Madhya Pradesh. So Gandhi Sagar is located approximately 5 to 6 hours away from this Kuno National Park, and it encompasses a forest area spanning around 368 square kilometers along with an additional surrounding area of 2500 square kilometers. Okay, so this Gandhi Sagar Sanctuary lies in the state of Madhya Pradesh. You have to tell me at least the name of 2 national parks from the state of Madhya Pradesh. Please write your answer in the comment section. Now the next question is, which state or the Union Territory launched Parivar Pehchan Patra scheme? So Haryana government has introduced a monthly pension program named as Parivar Pehchan Patra scheme of 2,750 rupees for the low income unmarried individuals who are aged between 45 to 60 years. Also, widowed individuals between the ages of 40 and 60 with an annual income of below 3 lakh rupees will also receive the same monthly pension amount. Okay, so this Parivar Pehchan Patra scheme belongs to the state of Haryana. Next is, which is the first state in the US to explicitly prohibit caste-based discrimination? So the Assembly Judiciary Committee of California recently held a hearing regarding the Senate Bill 403, which is a proposed legislation, the aim of which is to forbid caste discrimination. And if this bill is approved, California would be the first state in the US to explicitly prohibit the caste-based discrimination, and it extends the protections to the caste as a recognized category within the state's Civil Rights Act, Fair Housing laws and employment laws. Okay, so California is the first state in the US to explicitly prohibit caste-based discrimination. Next is, as per the recent Finance Ministry report, what is India's GDP growth for financial year 23? So recently the Finance Ministry has unveiled the annual economic review report for May 2023, in which it announces that India's GDP growth for financial year 23 reached to 7.2%, and it has exceeded the previously estimated value of 7% that was told in the month of February. And also the report highlighted that both consumption and investment have surpassed their levels prior to the pandemic, which indicates a positive recovery in the post-pandemic period. Okay, so as per this report, India's GDP growth for this time period is 7.2%, and this is a 5-star question. The next question is, which institution has pitched for the reforms and more private sector role in the agriculture sector? So Niti Aayog has called for a shift in approach towards agriculture with focus on liberalization of this sector. Also, it proposed some changes in the old regulations governing it to ensure significant and sustained increase in the farmers' income. Okay, so here correct answer would be Niti Aayog. Now, can you tell me which institution has filed the papers with SEBI for initial public offering recently? This is NSDL, means National Securities Depository Limited, which is a leading market infrastructure institution in India. Recently, it has filed its draft red herring prospectus with the Securities and Exchanges Board of India, that is SEBI, and this is an important step for NSDL because it prepares to launch its initial public offering. Okay, you can be asked that which institution has recently decided to launch their initial public offering with SEBI. Answer would be NSDL. And now the last question says, Tanabata is a famous festival celebrated in which country? It is a Japanese festival and it is celebrated on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month every year Also, it is known as the Star Festival, and it originates from the Chinese Zixi festival. Basically, in certain regions of Japan, this Star Festival is celebrated on 7th of August following the traditional Chinese calendar. Okay. Now, apart from it, Center has sought an explanation from which state for the diversion of PM portion funds for the state elections. So, Union government has sought an explanation from the West Bengal government regarding the diversion of the PM portion midday meal scheme funds for the state elections. And the letter mentioned that the funds earmarked for midday meal under PM portion are being used for a different purpose. Fine. So this is the state West Bengal. Basically, these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.